Ah, man, I want to fucking, try to kill him, man, and get paid.
What's up, guys? Today I want to do this video on Sean Strickland's coach, Eric Nicksick, just completely trashing his fighter, man. Just completely trashing Strickland, throwing him under the bus on Ariel Helwani's podcast or show, whatever you want to call it. And I got to be honest with you guys, before we just get into everything, I kind of disagreed with a lot of what he said here. So I don't know. We're going to get into it. Make sure you guys like and sub. And also, make sure you guys follow my Twitter at BXGMMA. It's the same as my YouTube. It shouldn't be too hard to find. But while I was kind of recording this video, I literally saw 30 minutes ago Strickland responded to his coach. So I pretty much just, here we are, I guess. So we'll spend the whole video talking about this. I was going to talk about some other MMA news, but we might just do a whole separate video on that. Because this is a pretty big thing. Obviously, Strickland is a former world champion, and his own coach has completely shitted on him. I feel like we haven't seen this really ever before. Like, if you look at coaches like Javier Mendez, for example, I believe is his name. He's the one that is like the coach to Makachev and Umar. He glazes the fuck out of them. Oh, little baby Umar broke his hand. Oh, Umar wasn't ready for a 5-rounder against Marab. Marab's coach, he's like a Chad, Like all these other coaches, they love their fighters, even if they lose. Even Kavanaugh was like, a couple of years ago, still bigging up McGregor while McGregor was doing coke with fucking D. Devlin. Shout out D. Devlin. But Eric Nicksick is completely shitted on Strickland, so we're going to read the quote here, and we're also going to react to Strickland's response, because he has dropped the whole response video, which literally he just dropped it like 30 minutes ago, so we're going to add that in this video too. But we'll start with the quote. Strickland's coach, Eric Nicksick, obviously he coaches fighters like Strickland, Dan Ige, Chris Curtis, Francis Ngannou, Manel Kape. He says he needs to evaluate. Let's start that again. He needs to evaluate what he wants to do in the sport. If it's just to make money, great. Let us know. I want to coach world champions, so my motivations are different. This is for him to show up and not back it up was uninspiring. I think this is dog shit by Eric Nicksick. I'm not gonna lie. I respect him. I think he's a good coach. He coached Strickland to a world title and all that other shit, but. Yeah, I don't respect this. I don't respect this. I know he comes from, I believe, a football background. I believe he was a football coach, or I believe he does coach football currently, or something like that. Something with football. I know this guy was in football, so I know maybe maybe he's gonna be a bit tougher on his fighters. But brother, you did this publicly on Ariel Helwani's show after Ariel Helwani was asking you wormy questions and he was trying to fish answers out of you. Like to me, it's. I don't know. I was not a fan of that. And then reading into the quote itself, he says he needs to evaluate what he wants to do in the sport. Evaluate. I don't know how to say that word. If it's just to make money, great. Let us know. I want to coach world champions. So mind you, this guy is the coach of Chris Curtis, a guy who like loses three. Like what is Chris Curtis on? Like a 3-fight losing streak right now? Lost to Brendan Allen, lost to Roman Kopylov, lost to Kelvin Gastelum. He lost to a washed Kelvin Gastelum. But yet you got Eric Nicksick over here like, I want to coach world champions. You have one world champion or one former world champion, and that's Sean Strickland. Your only former world champion. Or if you want to count Ngannou, but he's not in the UFC. You literally only coach one former world champion that's currently in the UFC. Manel Kape is not a former world champion. Dan Ige is not a former world champion. Whoever else you coach. I don't understand this narrative from Eric Nicksick at all. I think it's actually like a joke. I think it's a joke, man. I think it's a complete joke. I'm sorry. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. I think this is a joke from Eric Nicksick. Saying, oh, my fighter needs to... He lost one fight, bro. Before that, he had a split with DDP. Before that, he beat Adesanya, and then he also just beat Paulo Costa one fight ago. Like, what are we doing here? Like, even the fans are like acting as if Strickland is like terrible now. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. Look, Sean Strickland's coach. I only want to coach world champions. Look who he coaches. He coaches Chris Curtis, bro. This fight was terrible, by the way. The Chris Curtis Jack Hermanson fight. That fight was shit, man. That fight was shit. Chris Curtis was crying about, oh, Jack Hermanson is running the whole fight. Brother, it's your job to push forward. And now, obviously, we're about to react to Strickland's response because I haven't even seen this. So this is my live reaction, guys. I have not seen Strickland's response, but you could tell it's real because he's got the mustache. He's got the pedo stash. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I just this is the video as well. Actually, we'll react to this since it's a bit bigger, but this is Sean Strickland's response to Eric Nixick. And again, so far, I'm not liking what Eric Nixick is yapping about. I'm not. I'm sorry. He's gossiping about his main fighter. Not his main fighter, but your top fighter. Objectively, your biggest fighter is Strickland. The only guy that's won a UFC title other than Ngannou is Strickland. And you're just gonna trash him on Ariel's show because Ariel asked you some fucking. Let's just react to Strickland's response.
Eric thing, and goddamn it, because I like Eric. He's a friend of mine, and he's going to continue to be a friend of mine. Will he probably be in my corner? Probably not. We have so many great guys at Extreme, Nate, Ray Cepho. We have so many savages that I would love to corner me. But, you know, man, that entire fight camp was just a struggle. Like, it was a fucking...
So...
Alright, guys, keep tagging me about this whole Eric thing, and goddamn it, because I like Eric. He's a friend of mine.
He said, I like Eric.
Continue to be a friend of mine. Will he probably be in my corner? Probably not.
He said, will he be in my corner? Probably not. Wow. So breaking news, guys. Sean Strickland will be joining Tiger Muay Thai. I don't know. What fucking gym do you think is going to take in Sean Strickland? That's crazy. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Sean Strickland is not going to have Eric Nixick as his coach anymore.
We have so many great guys at Extreme, Nate, Ray Cepho. We have so many savages that I would love to corner me. But, you know, man, that entire fight camp was just a struggle. Like, it was a fucking struggle. And, guys, we all have excuses as to why we didn't win or why we won and we shouldn't have won. We all fucking have excuses, and they don't fucking matter. The only reason why I'm making this video is because Eric had to go do a fucking podcast and become an influencer. So now I gotta, like, all right, kind of explain myself. Opportunity. And not just with fighting. Opportunity never comes when it's supposed to. It doesn't matter what the circumstances, what the situation is. You will never wake up and...
All right, can we put this on like 2x speed? He's kind of yapping a little bit. We're gonna put this on a bit of faster speed for you, for you TikTok Zuber kids, including myself.
Today is a perfect day for opportunity. It will come at the worst fucking time. It will come at the worst time. And how many times it comes and you raise your hand and you say, you know what, like, I'm fucking ready. A lot of times you fail. A lot of times you fail. But a lot of times you don't fail. And it's like, you must say yes. This is not an excuse, but that entire camp was just a struggle of I'm good. Knowing you're not good. I was in Colombia like 8 weeks out, 7 weeks out, and getting stem cells on a broken bone. Again, bone healed fine.
So he's saying his camp was shit. He's saying his camp was either he's saying his camp was shit or that he was not good in camp. I'm not really sure.
Excuse. It just kind of weighs in the back of your head. I was training with that Ritter guy, that's the mission guy, and he hit me with a whizzer. It was already broken. And dude, I thought my arm fucking snapped. It's like, I gotta go to Colombia. Like, this is fucked. But all camp, this is just in the back of your head. And like, you just keep telling yourself, I'm fucking good. And I think this is just what all men do. Like, all men do this. Like, you look in the mirror and like, even though you know you're not good, you're like, I'm fucking good, dude. You're a fucking man. You sack up. But all camp, whether it be, you know, the staph infection, the broken arm.
Actually, kind of sound like John Bernthal. If you guys know the actor John Bernthal, who plays the fucking who's from The Walking Dead, he plays the Punisher. He kind of reminds me of John Bernthal. It's the mustache. I think it's the fucking mustache and the sunglasses.
They get approved until a week. Not be able to get cornermen out there. This entire camp was like a struggle of I'm not good, but me looking in the mirror and saying stack up. And you know, man, nothing away from Drake. He came there, fought his ass off, fucking broke my nose. Like, dude, fucking hell yeah, man. Like, hats off, you fought like a fucking man. But you know, you guys, I don't fight to put belts on the wall. I don't fucking fight because, you know, Eric wants to go do a fake and fancy podcast. That's not why I fight. Before fighting, you guys, I mean, I had like the lowest self-esteem. Fucking couldn't even look at myself in the fucking mirror. Like, I didn't even know what.
Now it's the Sean Strickland. You know, before I fought, I was a racist Nazi and all that shit.
Dignity was, you know, when I first started fighting. And kind of through fighting, man, like I've learned like so much. I've met of it. I got a lot of fights left on my. I broke my nose like fucking 3 times in that round, and every single time I didn't quit. I didn't go sit on the stool and say, hey, my nose is broken, I can't fight. I adjusted every fucking time. And I thought, you know, man, maybe I'll get lucky, maybe I won't. But at the end of the day, dude, we all have a fucking story, and no one gives a fuck. I'm grateful for my life. I love my job. I love my fans. I support you guys just as much as you support me. Back in the gym, sack up, and on to the next.
Humble Strickland era starts now. No, but seriously, I what did I just press? And we could react to this where his coach is basically, where his coach Eric Nixick is basically begging him to try. We'll react to this and then we'll give our thoughts.
Hey, we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. You're going to have to start opening it up. You're doing the same shit as last fight. He's all predictable with it. You got to start leading with the two. You got to start putting knees up the middle. We need to start adding on to shit. Rear six. Can't be the same shit every time. Listen to me. Yeah. You got to change that variant up. And we got to fucking push. I need 10 minutes out of you. You got to fucking push, Sean Strickland. What do you got?
I'm not gonna. It's one of those performances, right? Because now all of a sudden, us as fans are like, "Oh, Sean Strickland is terrible." Well, I'm like, well, he wasn't terrible when he outpointed the point fighter Israel Adesanya, or when he knocked out Abus Magomedov. Well, I know he's shit, but like that was still a pretty impressive performance looking back. He beat Nasruddin Imavov coming off of the couch. Strickland was coming off of the couch. I think that was after the Jared Cannonier fight, and Imavov was supposed to fight somebody. I think it was Roman Dolidze. He was supposed to fight somebody, and then they pulled out, and then we ended up getting Imavov Strickland. He beat Nasruddin Imavov, and now look what Imavov's going on to do. So I don't know. I don't know why we're sitting here and like. And some people argued he beat DDP in the first fight. Now that he lost to DDP, it's like, actually, I always thought DDP won the first fight. It's like this like revisionist history of Sean Strickland. I'm not saying I'm a Strickland fucking fan. I mean, I like some of his fights. I can't lie and say he's very boring and one of the most boring top fighters. But not in terms of his personality, but in terms of his fighting style. But come on, dude. We're doing this like weird revisionist history with his career. Like, bro, Sean Strickland is not. I don't know. This is really confusing. And his own coach is just basically like, yeah, my fighter is shit. I just think that's weird. And I don't think it's bad for Strickland to move on from Nixick, man. Honestly, I'm not saying Eric Nixick is a bad coach. I'm not saying Eric Nixick is a piece of shit for calling out Strickland, but doing that publicly is my problem with it. You could have just sat Sean Strickland down and talked to him about this. You could have called him on the phone. You could have texted him. Why is there a reason why Eric Nixick decided to publicly air out his own fighter and his apparent friend, a good friend of his? Why? I just don't know. I just don't know. I think Strickland should probably change gyms anyways because look, even though he's won a lot of fights under Eric Nixick, maybe it would be best for him to move to a new gym, try to learn some new shit. Maybe Strickland should learn how to throw a spinning wheel kick or something. I don't know, like the jab and teep combination, it wins him some fights, but now you're at the high level where you're going to be facing DDP, who you just lost to twice. And then even if you would have beat DDP, you were going to jab and teep Hamzat Chimaev or, Nasruddin Imavov probably beats you in a rematch, even though you did beat him the first time. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think Strickland is very good. I think he's kind of now almost become underrated by the fans, but I think changing gyms might be for the best anyways, because clearly whatever Nixick was telling him wasn't working. Clearly whatever Strickland himself wasn't doing wasn't working. And yeah, I don't know. Sean Strickland might, I don't know. He might be done. He's saying, look, I didn't even listen to this part. He says, he'll always be my friend. Um, Hold on, let me put it in frame here. He says he'll always be my friend. He'll be in my corner, probably not. We have so many savages at XC, Extreme Couture. Nate, Ray, Cepho, I don't know who that is. But, yeah, man, I mean, we'll see. I guess he's going to probably stay with Extreme Couture, but probably just have a different corner man now. So forget everything I just said. Forget everything I just said about Sean Strickland moving to fucking Tiger Muay Thai and all that. No, but seriously, very, very interesting. Make sure you guys like and sub. That's about it, man. I just wanted to talk about it. I think it's kind of crazy that his own coach has shitted on him, but he has responded literally as I was recording. I started to record the video and then I scrolled down and I saw 32 minutes ago Strickland responds. I'm like, wow. So make sure you guys like and sub. And let me know in the comments what you think of this whole situation. Is Strickland done? Does he deserve all the hate? I don't know. I don't really care. For you fucking guys. Here's the fucking thing, you guys. See you guys next time.